And here we go, episode number 10. Woohoo! Hey everybody, this is David Bradley over at richmansgym.com, and this is the Rich Man's Gym Podcast, a personal development podcast dedicated to strength and conditioning for body, mind, and spirit. So if you, like me, are looking to level up, expand, and then tap in your true potential, my friends, you are in the right place. So thank you so much for being here. Let's get started. And hey, don't forget, if you are getting value from the Rich Man's Gym Podcast, thank you in advance for sharing it out into cyberspace. Also, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a thing. It's just getting better from here on out. So again, share it if you love it. Subscribe if you want to get more of it. And now, let's have a few words from our sponsors. Today's episode is brought to you by the My High Sauna Blanket. I've got one. I love one. I'm going to use one later today. As a matter of fact, if you are looking for ways to recover better, detoxify your body better, calm your mind and your spirit better, burn more calories, improve your skin, all of that stuff can be had from the comfort of your own home, your own living room, with a My High Sauna Blanket. 30 to 45 minutes, up to an hour inside the My High Sauna Blanket, sweating some stuff off. Man, it's relaxing. It's really helped with my recovery. It's boosting my immune system, I think. It's doing some good stuff for me. So I love it. I use it on the regular 3 times a week at least. And if you'd like to check it out for yourself, head on and get my full video review. Check out richmansgym.com/myhigh. That's richmansgym.com/MIHIGH for the full video review. Check it out. Hook up on one if you'd like one. And when you do, you help sponsor the podcast. No pressure, of course. Today's episode is also brought to you by this, my book, How to Stop Smoking Without Killing Anyone. This book is a full-on breakdown of my journey from being a pack and a half, sometimes 2-pack-a-day smoker to not having touched one since 2002. 21 years, holy smoke. That's right. If you're in a place where you're thinking, man, I will never stop smoking, I'm in this for the long haul, I'm stuck, but you're starting to think about putting it down and just don't think you can, this is how to get there. I'm going to show you exactly what I did. Now, if you don't smoke, but you got a habit you need to kick, this helps. In fact, this will get it done for you. The mindset, the willpower, the ability to endure the stopping part is here. In fact, you know what? You don't really have a stopping problem. You stop every time you put a cigarette out. You have a starting problem. How do you not start back up again? I'm going to teach you how to do that in this book. Check out stopdon'tquit.com. That's stopdon'tquit.com. One more time for good measure, stopdon'tquit.com. I'll give you a little preview. Stop trying to quit and just start stopping. Semantics? Yeah. Do they work? Yes. So check it out, stopdon'tquit.com. Now, on with the show. On with the show means it's time for a Grace update. Grace! And the Grace update is awesome. Like something really cool happened on Thursday. So here's the story. When I first did it, remember it was 9 minutes and change. Took me, just 9 minutes and I think 4 seconds or something like that. Then I went after it again, 7 minutes, 24 seconds. Then I got it down to 7 minutes, 10 seconds. Then I got a little bit under the weather and it went back up. My time went back up to 7 minutes, 58 seconds. What the hell is Grace, Dave? So great question, glad you asked. So first timers, Grace is a CrossFit workout that is 30 clean and jerks with 135 pounds on the bar for the fellas as fast as you possibly can. So currently, on the 16th of March, I got it in 7 minutes, 1 second, 99 milliseconds. So basically 7 minutes, 2 seconds. And I vowed that I'm cracking the 7-minute mark the next time I did it. I didn't just crack it. I smashed it into itty bitty pieces. 6 minutes, 11 seconds, and 52 milliseconds. Boom! That's right. Felt really, really good to hit that number. So the next quest, the next goal is to see if I can get myself under 6 minutes in the 5-minute range. So next week I'll give you an update on where we're at with Grace. Thank you for cheering me on virtually. And then of course we're going to throw a quote of the week in here. It's motivational and it ties in with what we're going to be talking about today. Which is going to be, life gets way better with these 8 mindsets. I'm going to deliver 8 mindsets to you that you can use immediately to improve your life, your condition, your experience on planet Earth. 8 mindsets to have a kick-ass life. That's what we're going to be going over. And there's a quote that I found as I was sort of doing some research on this topic and building out the blog that I wrote it on. I found this quote, a guy named George Bellows. George Bellows is an author, and he's created some really cool artwork, or an author? What the hell? He's an artist. I mean, artists are authors, but he paints. He paints. That's where I was trying to get with that. So George Bellows, he's a painter, okay? He's an artist, an artiste. And then there's this great quote. And here's the quote. Try everything that can be done. Be deliberate. Be spontaneous. Be thoughtful and painstaking. Be abandoned and impulsive. Learn your own possibilities. It's good. So good. I mean, it's so good, I couldn't even, yeah. I got all jacked up on artist and author. That's how good it was. I'm going to talk about all of that today. Life gets better with these 8 mindsets. So, my dear friend, Wayne Dyer, taught me that when I change the way I look at things, the things I look at change. So my question to you today, good people, would you like to see some changes in your life? So for us to do that, it's really important to know where we're at currently, you know? Because if you don't know where you are, how will you know what direction to move in? Like Google Maps cannot give you directions until it knows where you are. So you probably have a good idea on where you want to go and where you want to be. And you may be trying to figure out how you're going to get there. And whether this is a physical place, spiritual place, how you see the journey, it's going to be the difference between whether or not you even arrive. And it has a huge impact on where you are when you start. So if you've ever asked the question, what can I do to make my life better? Let me tell you, your life will get way better with these 8 mindsets. Notice I'm not saying easier. We have a real problem in our society with chasing easy and comfort. Let's just talk about making it better, which may require some work. Sorry. So 8 mindsets for you to have a kick-ass life. Number 1, uno. There is no failure unless you quit. So this is a lesson that I learned from another friend, mentor, and my boss, Mr. Grant Cardone. And this idea, it changed how I saw failure. It changed how I saw myself. It allowed me to not see myself as a failure. It made me realize that having a failure and being a failure, they're very different things. One's a moment in time, and the other's a decision that we make about our identity. Second one, these are going to go quick. So if you're taking notes, grab a pen. The second one, you'll never get a hit if you don't swing the bat. When I was a kid, I was too scared to swing at the ball. I went down looking a lot. Not very helpful in adulthood. You cannot afford to go down looking in adulthood. It was very, very hard in the beginning for me to take chances. The fear of failing, it can be paralyzing. Wouldn't you agree? Have you been there? You're so afraid to fail, you don't do anything. But once you get the first mindset down, these are woven together? Yep. Once you get the first mindset down, you become empowered to take more shots. Take more shots. 3, go the extra mile. Every time. It's going to require a little bit of discipline on your part. Our current society and culture, unfortunately, promotes average and mediocrity. Unfortunately, or fortunately for you, depending on where you want to be in this, there is no value in average, mediocrity, or just enough. It doesn't exist. So if you want to have a kick-ass life, you have to do kick-ass stuff. You must stand up, and then you got to stand out. And back to my buddy Wayne Dyer, there is no traffic on the extra mile. Your competition doesn't exist there. 4, Leave people better than you found them. If you encounter somebody not having their best day ever, and we all do that, right? This will happen this week. You're going to run into somebody who is clearly not having their best day ever. What can you do right then and there to improve their condition and make their life better in that moment that you're in with them? In that moment that you're in with them. It could be as easy as just you smiling at them. Maybe throwing a compliment their way. Love that shirt, buddy. We have no idea how heavy the crosses are that some people are carrying. None. So I want you to take a moment, think about a moment in your past where you were in a low spot, a low place. Who pulled you up? Who did that for you? Now, if you're thinking, nobody pulled me up, dude, I was on my own on that deal. Okay, I'm with you. Excellent. Go be that person for somebody else. Go give people the things that you didn't have. What an incredible gift to give somebody and yourself. Again, we're talking about 8 ways to live a kick-ass life. We're talking about how life gets better when you adopt these 8 mindsets. Number 5. We may go into some controversial territory here. But assume nothing, question everything. That's right. Please do this. Okay, I'm going to basically beg on that one. Stop towing the party line, whatever party it is. Doesn't matter which one it is. Stop towing it. Stop believing everything that your preferred news channel tells you just because they're the ones telling you. Stop it. You should question things. Listen, folks, I find it incredibly ironic now that the kids who coined the phrase question authority are now the authority, and we're supposed to take everything they say at face value, and then suddenly you're the problem when you do the very thing that they promoted to get themselves into power. That's kind of weird. Ask questions. Question authority. Question everything. And assume nothing. You know what happens when you assume? Makes an ass out of you. Not and me. Drop the and me part. It's just, it makes an ass out of you. Don't be an ass. Don't assume. Okay, number 6. Make peace with your past. Because that's really what it is. Your past, it's just your past. Nowhere does it say that you're required to carry it with you and that it has to carry an emotional charge. It can, if you want. Your past, first and foremost, is data, and it is information that we get to use to make decisions moving forward. So make peace with it. Imagine what happens when you make peace with it. You get to function better in the now. In this moment, you function better in the now. And you get to move towards your future at a higher rate because there's nothing there slowing you down. Speaking of Grant Cardone, here's another little gem that he dropped. The windshield is bigger than the rear view mirror for a reason. Operate from there. Try it. Number 7. Less thinking, more doing. There's literally, if you go to richmansgym.com/swag, you can get that as a t-shirt or a journal or like a sticker, however you want. Like this might, for you, I don't know, you may need it as a reminder. Less thinking, more doing. Like seriously, if overthinking was an Olympic event, would you be on the team? I'd have a really good shot. Nothing happens when you think. People are always saying, hey, maybe we should think about it. Maybe we should think, okay, yeah, how much time are you going to spend on that? Okay. Take action, learn from the result. Time is more valuable than money, right? You agree with that? Time is more valuable than money? So let's not waste it on indecision and inaction. Remember the quote from earlier? Talks about be deliberate. So I want you to be more deliberate in your life. 8, never, ever compare yourself to others. The only thing or person that you should be comparing yourself to is you. Your potential, your highest self. That's who gets the comparison. We are doing you here. You are doing you here. I'm doing me. You do you. I'm not doing somebody else. Nor should you. Did you play full out today? As you. You got to be the best version of you. Can you be the best version of you today? Because again, we're not going to really worry about yesterday. Can't go back and fix that one. You just got to be the best version of you today. That's all that matters. Comparing yourself to other people, you know what it does? It minimizes your own magnificence. All right, so let's wrap this up. What do we got? I'd like you to take a few minutes today and honestly do the self-assessment. I'm going to give you 8 little self-assessment things. Write them down if you need to. Rewind it if you have to. Push pause, however you want to roll. But do this self-assessment. I did it yesterday. It's interesting. 1, are you failing enough? Ooh. If you're only winning, that is a problem, and you're in grave danger. Okay? Are you failing enough? That's the first self-assessment. The answer should be no. Hint, hint. Okay, second thing. Where are you not taking shots at all? Where are you not swinging the bat? Call yourself out and then answer this question. Why not? Third, how is your situational awareness? Like, what condition are the people around you in? And how can you serve them better? Even better. Maybe you're doing a good job of that already. How do you level it up? Start being on the lookout. Speaking of situational awareness, start being on the lookout for people you can leave better than you find them. Start that today. Start that right now. Keep an eye out. Be aware. Smile at people more. Follow that 10-foot rule more. Look for the divinity in people, in everyone. This is where it gets kind of challenging because there's some assholes out there that it makes it really hard for you to see their divinity. But it's in there. You just got to look harder. Where do you get your information from? Maybe a better question would be, where you get your information from get their information from? Hey, just because you think you're paranoid doesn't mean they're not after you, man. So let me say that one more time. Where you get your information from get their information from? How do they benefit from the information they're giving you? You got to think more critically about everything, especially now. Okay, is there an event or a moment from your past that you are allowing to keep you stuck? And then with that in mind, what can you do to move towards and start creating a better future for you? What have you been adding time to and overthinking? And what is the worst thing that could happen to you if you took action on it today? And then last but not least, how are you comparing yourself to others? And would it be a bad idea if we just knocked it off? It ain't helping, is it? Think about it. It ain't helping. Of the 8 mindsets, which one needs the most work from you? And once you have a feel for where you're at here, and we talked about that at the beginning, know where you're at, see what you can do to have measured improvement in these areas in the next 30 days. And then let me know where you're at now in 30 days. Let me know where you wind up. Right? You know where you are. You know where you want to go. See what you can do in 30 days with this stuff. And keep me posted on your successes. Okay? That's a wrap for now. 10 down. Several many more to go. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for staying to the end. Drop a comment below on what you're going to do with all this stuff. Remember, quick reminder, share it, subscribe, okay? This is Rich Man's Gym. Thank you again for listening. Strength and conditioning for body, mind, and spirit. Train anywhere, and I'll see you soon.